So you're thinking about moving right here to Conroe, Texas, and you're wondering what are the top 9 reasons that you should move here? Why, out of all of the Houston suburbs, should you call Conroe home? Well, Conroe, Texas is actually my hometown. I was born and raised here, and I actually moved back here a little over 4 years ago, and this is where I live within the Houston area. And so even though I sell homes all across the city, I did choose Conroe for a few select reasons. And in today's video, I'm going to go through my top 9 list as to why I love Conroe. So let's get after it right now. So let's dive straight into this. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Houston or Conroe, subscribe to our channel, tap that bell for notifications, and we'll keep you up to date on everything going on right here in Houston. My name's Kyler Ferris. I'm the broker owner of Ferris Realty. We get calls, texts, emails every single day from people just like you watching our YouTube videos, trying to figure out if Conroe or anywhere else in Houston's the right fit for them. So if that is you, don't be shy. Go ahead and pick up the phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us a quick email. That way we can help you make a smooth move right here to Houston, Texas. Now, I've got a list in front of me right here. We're going in reverse order, 9 all the way to 1. And this video hits home for me because these are the reasons I love Conroe. Now, they're going to apply to you as well. Some of the things on this list are going to reach out and grab you. And I tried to pick things that are distinct to Conroe that maybe some of the other suburbs don't have. There are some suburbs that share some of these features, but overall, this is the compiled list that I give Conroe. And so number 9 is going to be its small town feel. So if you look on a map, Conroe is going to be on the north side of Houston. And as you go up I-45 out of downtown Houston, Conroe is really the first town that is its own thing. If you look on the map, you'll see a loop that runs all the way around Conroe. It's been like that since I was born. And so Conroe, even though it's technically a Houston suburb, I feel like it subsists on its own. It's not reliant on Houston for anything. It's got all of its own amenities. And so what I like about it is it's got a small town feel, but it's got amenities. And so it's got that perfect blend of, feeling like you're known, feeling like you're living in, a small East Texas town, but you've got everything you could possibly want there. You've got grocery stores, you got things to do, you got shopping. You've got amenities, and so you're not lacking anything there. So number 9 for me is the small town feel. I really appreciate it about Conroe, and not all of the other Houston suburbs are going to have a small town feel. All right, number 8, the other thing that I love about Conroe is going to be its location. It is one of my favorite locations for a few reasons. One is it is located on a major freeway, so it's right on I-45. I live very close to I-45, and so I prioritize the convenience of it. It's a 5-lane freeway that runs all the way from Houston up to my exit. And so it really is super convenient for commuting. Part of the things that I love about the location as well is Conroe's got plenty of its own amenities, but everyone has heard of the Woodlands. The Woodlands has, a ton of the higher end shopping and restaurants. And so when you live in Conroe, you're only about 8 to 15 minutes, depending on where you live, from the Woodlands. It's about 7 exits from my house to the Woodlands, to all of the shopping, takes me about 10 minutes. And so location-wise, I think it's phenomenal because you're close to a bunch of things. So the reason I like Conroe specifically is because it's a little further out of the city. You're not caught up in all of the traffic that the Woodlands experiences, and you're in between the Woodlands and Lake Conroe. And so I just really appreciate that location. And that leads me to number 7. One thing that Conroe has that none of the other suburbs have that I love is going to be Lake Conroe. There really are only 3 major lakes around the entire Houston area. As you work your way out of the city, you'll see Lake Houston, which is over in the Kingwood area, and it's just not as friendly of a lake as Lake Conroe. Lake Conroe really seems to be the destination lake for people living in Houston. It's also a place that you can actually live on the lake. You've got Lake Livingston as well, which is a great weekend lake if you want to go out and, have a lake house, and it only takes about an hour to get up there. But the thing I like about Conroe is you can actually live out in Conroe. There aren't a ton of amenities out around Lake Livingston. There's nice homes and you got the lake, but you're, shopping at the Dollar General. Whereas here in Conroe, out at Lake Conroe, you're just 15 minutes to the lake. Lake Conroe is positioned between Montgomery and Conroe itself. And so it really is a great thing to do in the summer. It's really fun. They've got fishing tournaments. So if you're into bass fishing or want to fish for crappie, they've got tournaments out there all the time. And so it also lends itself to a good dining experience. There's restaurants out on the lake. And so for all of those reasons, number 7 for me, one of the things I love about Conroe is the lake. I love Lake Conroe. Number 6, which ties into the location as well, I love the trees. So the Woodlands is called the Woodlands, and so everybody thinks it's the only place here with trees. That's not true. Once you hit the Woodlands and you're looking at a map north of Houston, Conroe has the trees as well. In fact, Conroe is even closer to the Sam Houston National Forest. And so my neighborhood, for example, was a Boy Scout camp for over 75 years. So we've got these tall, towering pine trees that give tons of shade cover, which makes a huge difference in the 5-month-long hot Texas summers. And so for that reason, number 6 for me is going to be the trees. You really only get them on the north side of Houston. And in my opinion, Conroe has some of the best trees. And so it's really dense and I love it. And so number 5 for me is going to be the things to do in Conroe. So Conroe is really being revitalized right now. If you go to downtown Conroe, it's going to have this cute, quaint, small town feel, but there are investors that have come in and are starting to open new restaurants. You've got the Pacific Yard House, which is a really neat restaurant in downtown. You've got Moco Food Hall that just opened from an investor or restaurateur with 5 different restaurants in it with a speakeasy behind a vault. You've got the Sip and Shop on Thursday nights in downtown where all the stores stay open late and you can walk around, hang out, have a glass of wine, listen to some live music. And that's just in downtown. You've got different breweries around town as well. And these aren't just small mom and pop breweries. These are big time breweries. And so you've got, B52, which is a great place to hang out with the family. That's a brewery here. And so for all of those reasons, I feel like there is plenty to do. And I would say if you haven't been to Conroe, the things to do in Conroe are really laid back. You're not getting super dressed up to go do things in Conroe. You can, but ultimately it's just a laid back environment. And so there's plenty of fun family things to do for the kids as well. There's parks, playgrounds everywhere. And so, yeah, number 5 for me is going to be the things to do. I feel like there is plenty to do here in Conroe. I feel like I don't have to leave Conroe to do fun stuff with the family. Okay, number 4 is important to me, and number 4 is diversity. There is actually quite a bit of diversity here in the Conroe area. You have a little bit of everything. There are some suburbs that are socioeconomically not that diverse. They're just kind of middle class and up. I feel like Conroe has a little bit of everything. I appreciate that. I feel like it's got a down-to-earth feel to it because you really do have people from all different walks of life. We get a lot of clients that call us from YouTube and they're concerned about, diversity in some of the outer suburbs of Houston. And in my experience, I feel like Conroe is very diverse and I feel like it offers a little bit for everybody. So that's number 4 for me on the list is going to be diversity. Number 3, and this one I probably value higher than a lot of things because there are a lot of suburbs that don't offer both new construction and resale options, and Conroe does. And so when my wife and I were looking to move back to the area, we were strongly considering the Woodlands, but one of the things the Woodlands didn't have was newer homes. You had to get a remodel or an outdated home. And that wasn't going to cut it for us personally. And so as soon as we started looking at Conroe, we ended up in Grand Central Park, which happened to have all of these new builders in them. You're getting the trees. It's actually even more affordable. And so you have options in Conroe. You've got some older established golf course neighborhoods. You just have plenty of options. You've got builder neighborhoods that are popping up out towards the lake as well. And so there really is a wide variety of housing options, starting as low as $200,000 and going up into the multi-millions. And so I feel like Conroe offers almost the most in the Houston area when it comes to living opportunities, like actual housing opportunities. You're right on the cusp of living in these suburban neighborhoods because we've got the master plan neighborhood at Grand Central Park. And then you've got more rural, larger acreage communities. And then as you head east, you've got unrestricted land as well. And so you've got plenty of housing options here. So that's number 3 for me is housing options. Number 2, this one is a big must for me, and that's going to be the sense of community in Conroe. As I mentioned, it has that small town feel to it, but it is still very, very community oriented. You can move here and be here a week, and you'll already start to pick up and feel that Conroe has a sense of community. Now, granted, I'm a 5th generation Conroe resident, and so I obviously grew up here, and so it's going to probably have a little different feel than somebody moving here, never been here before, but you'll get welcomed very quickly here. The people are very friendly, and so it's very, very community centered. If you want to participate in local politics, you can jump right in. And then there's tons of just community events going on throughout the year. You've got the Conroe Catfish Festival, which is a really fun thing that goes on downtown. They've got the Montgomery County Fair and Rodeo that goes on right here in Conroe out at the fairgrounds. And so there just is a sense of community. You can, your business can sponsor a cook-off team there. So there's always things to do that are community focused. There's also tons of churches here. I don't talk a lot about that in our videos, but we've had a lot of people reach out asking, and there is a ton of great churches and faith-based communities here in the Conroe area. I promise you, you will find one for you. There are plenty. And then so that's number 2 on the list, sense of community. And then number 1, last but not least, my favorite thing, and it kind of ties into number 2 as well, is going to be the people. I feel like the people in Conroe are the people that I click with a lot. There's nothing pretentious about Conroe. There's just good Southern values here. I feel like it's down to earth. It's, like I said, it's laid back. You're not, getting all dressed up to go out necessarily. It's just got a laid back feel to it. And the people that I meet in Conroe, they come from all over. They're not just people that were born and raised here. Our neighbors are Canadians, right? You got people from everywhere, but we just love it. For whatever reason, Conroe attracts great people. So if you're a great person, come on, bring it on. We'd love to have you here. And so those are going to be my top 9 reasons to move to Conroe. That's why out of all of the different suburbs, I chose Conroe. Now, those reasons are all personal for me. There are plenty of great suburbs. And so I don't prescribe Conroe on anybody. See if these reasons resonate with you or not, and we can go from there. So if Conroe interests you at all, or any of the other Houston suburbs, or you've got questions about my top 9 reasons for other suburbs, which we will get to, then don't be shy. Give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us a quick email. That way we can help you make a smooth move right here to Houston, Texas. Thanks for watching, and go check out some of our other videos.